We're going to look at Judas hanging himself, Matthew 27, 3 through 10. And Judas was sorry when he saw that Jesus had been condemned. He took the 30 silver coins, brought and back to the chief priests and elders of the temple. I've sinned and I've betrayed innocent blood. What does this have to do with us? They replied, that's your problem. Judas was filled with remorse, not repentance. Even though he knew exactly what he had done, he says, I've sinned betraying innocent blood. Jesus was more sorry for the result of his sin than for the sin itself. Huge difference in being sorry about sin and being sorry for sin. Perhaps Judas expected that Jesus would miraculously deliver himself from his captors. And when they saw him, he was condemned, remorse seized him, and he carried back to his fellow criminals, the religious leaders. Judas had been with Jesus in public. Judas knew he was innocent. Judas threw the money on the floor, and when he went out and hanged himself, the priest said, this is blood money. Therefore, it's against the law to put it in the treasury. By throwing the money in the temple, that was the inner sanctuary of the temple. He just didn't throw it at the opening of the temple. The priests, where the priests only were allowed to go, the priests had to pick up the coins. And Judas wanted to implicate the priests of the crime. Hypocrisy of the chief priests was transparent. And they didn't want to defile themselves with the price of blood. So they decided to use the money, the reward Judas had received for his wickedness, to buy a potter's field as a burial place for foreigners. Judas had fallen there headlong. His body burst open, his intestines spilled out. And when the people of Jerusalem heard about it, they called it a keldama, which means a field of blood. So Jeremiah's prophecy was fulfilled. They took 30 silver coins, the price on him, a price set on him by the people of Israel, and used it to buy a potter's field. There's a lot of Old Testament information about Judas, about his family, about just really how terrible this guy was. In his unrepentant remorse, Judas committed suicide, and being called the son of perdition. And we have to assume that's eternal punishment. And the prophecy of Jeremiah is found in Zechariah 11, 12, and 13.